Deze week wilde ik het nog eens hebben over kopzorgen rond copyright. Een tijdje geleden speelde ik De La Soul, de hip-hop crew die het aan de stok kreeg met Flow en Eddie. Een track op hun debuutplaat 3 Feet High and Rising bevatte namelijk een sample van 12 seconden van You Showed Me van 60s band The Turtles. De twee frontmannen van die groep, Howard Kalen en Mark Volman, die later berucht zouden worden als Frank Zappa-acolyten Flow en Eddie, eisten $2,5 miljoen en kregen effectief $1,7 miljoen toegewezen. Volman verklaarde tijdens de rechtszaak dat iedereen die beweert dat sampling creatief is, duidelijk nog nooit iets creatiefs gedaan heeft in heel zijn leven. Samen met de rechtszaak tegen rapper Biz Markie in 1991 maakte dit duidelijk dat de vrolijke tijden van ongegeneerd en ongelimiteerd samplen voorbij waren. Biz Markie had in eerste instantie wel toestemming gevraagd aan Gilbert O'Sullivan om diens hit Alone Again Naturally te gebruiken, maar toen die weigerde om zijn softrock klassieker te laten plunderen, haalde de zogenaamde Clown Prince of Hip-Hop zijn schouders op en bracht zijn derde album uit met deze gevraagde track erop.
I was on my way to 125th. I saw this death bench, yo, that's my man Cliff. As I flagged him down, he pulled to the side. At this moment I had to swallow my pride, cause usually I wouldn't ask for a lift, but it was cold as hell and my legs were stiff. He said, hey Biz, what you want, a ride? I said, hell yeah. He said, I can't cause my girl's inside. So he jetted off, leaving 2 tracks. Not at one time did homeboy look back. It took me an hour to get where I was going, and to top it all off, it had to start snowing. My sneakers was old and my coat was thin, but my determination kept me warm within. I had nobody to help me, as you can see. I'm alone again, naturally. Alone again, naturally. So I went into the show and started maxing. People came up to me and started asking what's up with me and what I'm getting on, and how many records is Shantae gonna perform. I don't know, but now I gotta go, cause Shantae is calling me to do the show. First she was on, and then she called me out. I did a lot of funky beats without no doubt. I put the mic on my head and began to rip. The crowd began to flip, cause I was rocking the ship. When we was done, I started to laugh. Moms and people come to me for my autograph. After the fun was over, it was time to race. If I was riding, it would be the icing on the cake. As I saw Shantae get into a limo, I had to walk home. I wrote it in my memo. I'm alone again, naturally. All alone again, naturally. Now my eye. Nothing to worry, wherever I wanna go, I get there in a hurry, that's right, I'm big time. Very well known, now I'm saying rhymes instead of beats on the microphone. Right about now, I'm gonna explain. It was Cool VT, this one, and the Big Daddy Kane, doing shows all together as one group. None of us acting big-headed or soup. Then after that, we all formed a block. I paid everybody, told them how they rock. They all grabbed their props and went their separate ways. Swan said, I'll see you later, Biz, in a couple of days. When people see me leave, like a mamma jamma, it's like if I was full with stars, lights, and glamour. But when Vaughn came home, he thought I was in somewhere with a girl, I was in bed. Alone again, naturally. I'm alone again, naturally.
Hopelijk luistert meneer O'Sullivan vandaag niet naar WBRS, want hij was in ieder geval zeer boos op Biz Markie. Tijdens de daaropvolgende rechtszaak tussen de twee maakten zijn advocaten de rapper uit voor dief en pickpocket. En de rechter vermaande hem met de Bijbelse woorden "Thou shalt not steal". Biz Markie's verdediging dat samplen heel gewoon was in de hiphopcultuur werd van tafel geveegd en 200.000 exemplaren van zijn album I Need a Haircut moesten vernietigd worden. Maar natuurlijk werden illegale samples zelfs al lang voor hip-hop gebruikt. De Beatles hadden de geluidsfragmenten die ze gebruikten voor Revolution 9 ook niet gecleared. En in 1956 werden Bill Buchanan en Dickie Goodman aangeklaagd voor hun novelty-single The Flying Saucer. Deze track geldt als de eerste mashup of plunderphonic song. Maar in deze rechtszaak oordeelde de rechter dat de twee heren iets nieuws gecreëerd hadden, waardoor de single niet uit de handel genomen werd.
We interrupt this record to bring you a special bulletin. The reports of a flying saucer hovering over the city have been confirmed. The flying saucers are real.
Real when I feel what my heart can't conceal.
That was the Clatters recording. Too real. We switch you now to our on-the-spot reporter downtown.
Come on, baby, let's go downtown.
Take it away, John Cameron.
This is John Cameron downtown. Pardon me, madam. Would you tell our audience what would you do if the saucer were to land?
Duck back in the alley.
Thank you. And now the thin gentleman there.
What I'm gonna do is hard to tell.
The gentleman with the guitar. What would you do, sir?
Just take a walk down the street.
Thank you. We return you now.
This is Brad, your outer space disc jockey, with a request for Earth.
Earth angel, Earth angel.
That was the Pelicans' Outer Space recording Earth. I've just been handed a bulletin. The flying saucer has just landed. We switch you again downtown.
Here we are again. We have with us Professor Sir Cedric Fentingmold of the British Institute. The professor is approaching the saucer to see if there's possibly any sign of life aboard.
Well, I'm sure something. Are you there?
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
That was Laughing Lewis's record. Knocking.
This is John Cameron on the spot. And now I believe we're about to hear the words of the first spaceman ever to land on Earth.
Oh, wah, bam, loom, bam, bam, boom.
And now, here are the bowl scores.
4-3, 6-2, and 8-1.
The impact of seeing the first spaceman has this reporter reeling.
Here I go reeling. That was the Clatters again with their big one. Oh!
This is John Cameron again downtown. The spaceman has returned to his ship and is taking off. We return you now to our studios.
The flying saucer has gone. There is no threat of an invasion. However, the flying saucers are still around. We are not going to interrupt this record. Yes, we are. The flying saucer has landed again. Washington. The Secretary of Defense has just said...
Ain't that a shame?
That was Skinny Dynamo's record. That's a shame.
This is John Cameron Part 2. Gathered around me are several of the spacemen. Tell us, have you come to conquer the world? And now would you repeat that in English?
Don't want the world to have and hold.
Hey, why don't you go back where you came from?
Don't be angry and drive me away.
We return you now to our studios.
Here is a news item from Washington. The President has just issued a statement to the spacemen, and we quote...
You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes.
That was Pa Gherkin's record, Shoes. We switch you again downtown.
This is John Cameron downtown. Professor Sir Cedric of the British Institute, tell us, how were the saucers able to land?
Where do you see...
Motor cooled down, the heat went down.
That was Huckleberry's recording, The Motor Cooled Down.
This is John Cameron again. I believe the spaceman has a final parting word.
See you later, alligator.
We return you now to our studios.
The spacemen have gone again, but look to the skies. The saucers will always be there.
Always be there.
Goodbye, Earth. people.